All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Hustle Podcast. Today we're on episode 34.
Dang, 34.
That's right,
That's
34.
what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm talking about. My name is John. I'm your host, and we got my co-host.
Gabriel Arambula.
And if you guys are new to our podcast, what we talk about on this channel is everything relating to mindset, business, how we can add value to you guys. And Gabe and I share our collective 25 years of entrepreneurial experience and mistakes. That way you guys know what to avoid. And from time to time, we also bring special guests. Special guests right here. So for today's episode, we have my guy, Harry. He's a beast. He's been an account executive here at the lender for
6 months.
6 months now.
6 months now.
And it's crushing it. All such great energy. Whenever Gabe and I go into the office, we're like, "Hey, what's up? What's good?"
Vibing.
This guy's laughing like crazy. We're vibing and stuff. It's like a freaking party with just three of us.
It's kind of like if you got like 3 lightning bolts and they struck at the same place at the same time. That's kind of what happens when you get me, John, and Harry,
and
in
thunder,
the same room.
and tornadoes, and earthquakes all at once.
But it's all good though.
But this is 100% no coffee.
No
energy drink.
No, true.
No coffee.
But Swiss Miss.
No coffee. Energy drink.
With cocoa. Where I, on the other hand, have had maybe a couple hours of sleep in this Bang energy drink.
That's right.
Cheers. Here.
Yeah, cheers. All right, guys. So without further ado, really excited for this episode. It's going to be a special one. So we're going to be having Harry share a little bit about, who he is, what made him want to become an AE here, what he did prior, and just,
maybe do some rapid fire questions
rapid
too.
Fire, and really just give some value to you guys, right? And of course, if you're listening and you want to have a chance to be on the podcast, you can always reach out to us. We have our contact in the bio and also description. So
just whatever you do, don't Google John's name.
Yeah, just don't.
Because you won't find him. There's a lot of John Trans out there.
There's like a million.
And they're all in Garden Grove and in Westminster. And that's where John is coincidentally. So good luck. Good luck.
2.4 million.
So make sure you look in the description below.
Needle in
it's
a
really
haystack.
Accurate. Yeah, really accurate contact
Needle
info.
in a haystack right there.
Yeah. And if you Google me, you'll just find all good things. So.
Just find
all good things, and a couple imposters,
and
a couple people that have my same name.
And
apparently, there's a doppelganger out there named Hassan. That there's a story I got to tell. I don't know if now is the appropriate time. It's not an inappropriate story, but I will tell it one of these days. Yeah, but there's a doppelganger. That's all I need to say right now.
But yeah, man, let's you ready, Harry?
Let's get it. Let's talk about it.
Like, I'm born ready, bro.
Let's talk about it.
He woke up. He was like, "Shit, podcast."
I was hyped.
Sir.
I was hyped for this.
When are you not hyped, bro? Like,
always hyped, man.
When are you not hyped, bro?
Like, shit, I thought we were hyped,
dude. I don't know. I like Harry and not hype in the same sentence. I don't think that exists. I think that is a phrase or sentence that is the antithesis of the reality.
If you look up hype in dictionary, you see Harry's face.
But good hype. Good hype. So, let's. I'll kick it off with a question, and we'll just start rapping, man.
Okay.
So, prior to stepping in to an AE role, what were you doing? What were you doing to get that paper?
I was a territory manager, sales rep for a company called Set Schedule for
not what
2 years.
Oh, I heard of Set Schedule. Lead management. I subscribed for real estate agents.
Yeah,
I used it.
Yeah,
I liked it actually.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I will tell you this, in much to my dismay, I didn't utilize it to the potential that I should have, because sometimes I buy stuff. You buy stuff and you don't use it. But when I did use it, I liked the platform because there's a lot of leads in there, and you call, and it's just like quantity. You just got to pound the phones, kind of like we hit the phones today.
The phones,
Yep. It's the exact same thing. So with that taught me the mindset of not just the grind, but to educate the real estate agents that were on my team that I had signed up, how to use it, correcting them if they thought it was something else, teaching them how to maximize it.
Mm.
If they weren't getting the results that they wanted, they can call me and we talk about it.
Right.
That was the job, right?
Mhm.
Except for
Dude, I wish I had you as my rep, bro.
we-
I think
we-
I had
bro.
someone in like the Philippines, bro.
Yeah.
Someone in the
Philippines,
Philippines.
yeah, someone in the
You
Philippines.
know,
And the thing is, the way I'm grinding now is because of that job. Because
really?
you had to set up 16 appointments a day.
Mm.
You had to make at least 100 phone calls. Okay, your talk time had to be 4 hours.
4 hours.
4 hours.
4 hours
Yeah,
talk time.
4 hours.
So-
Which
which I mean makes sense.
So
you know, it sounds.
I averaged per day between 24. They asked for 16. I gave them 24 appointments.
Mm.
And then I got bumped up and had an assistant and went from 24 to 48 appointments.
And you
a day.
had an
Wow.
assistant.
And 48. Yeah.
48 appointments.
Yeah.
So it was you picked up that phone, bro.
I picked up the phone.
And
I
it's
just dialed. I just dialed.
What was
I
it the
dialed.
average?
I
Yeah.
dialed.
gold.
I dialed. And then the funny part is, unlike here, you know, when you did when you had an appointment, we're showing a presentation.
Presentation. Yep.
Right? And so when we're doing
Yeah.
the presentation, they're on the phone. I'm doing the presentation. I'm supposed to engage them for 30 minutes. 30 minutes.
Captive audience.
Right.
Captive audience. You're supposed to be talking
Like
for 30
keep
minutes.
them on.
Right?
Yep.
Except for me, I'm systematically getting down to the point. This is what this product is. This is how it's going to help your business.
Mm.
Yeah.
You have any questions? Right?
It's like a
Yeah.
system.
Yeah. Are you with me? Are you with me?
Structure.
Are you with me? Do you get it?
Yeah.
And
You
there's
see
certain
it.
times where I would stop and ask them questions, and then they would be like, this and that and this. Okay. And then sometimes I call them out on it. I'd be like, look, it sounds like I'm going to stop this right here because it sounds like you're not really active.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not.
Yep.
It's yeah.
I don't want to waste my
Okay,
time. I
that's
don't
it.
want to waste your time.
Yo, I got a good question. I got a good question. For you.
The show's getting good.
I got a real
Getting started.
good question for you. So,
Yeah.
in your finding, in your research, and in your calls that you made, what percentage of agents that you called would you say were actually active? Because you bring up a good point. There's a lot of people have a real estate license, but they're not that active. They're not transacting enough to even need lead generations because
Right.
they're weak.
Well, yeah. And no. He's absolutely right.
Yeah,
Though.
right,
He's absolutely right about something. There's two types of real estate agents that I found out in that industry. There's those who are on top of their game and they're always hungry.
Yeah.
Even though they're making millions and millions of dollars, they always hungry.
They keep going.
And then there's those who they don't want to call and get the leads. They want the leads to come to them.
Mm.
That's why they came to me. They wanted a platform where somebody's making the calls,
Yep.
and then they're filtering the calls, and then they're transferring the calls to them.
It's like hand it to them.
Hand it to
They
them on
don't
a
wanna do
silver
the dirt-
platter.
They don't want to do the dirty
Right?
work.
They don't want to do the dirty
Yeah.
work. Those are the people I didn't want.
Mhm.
I didn't want that on my team.
Nope.
Yep.
If you were like that, I was like,
You ain't a
this
closer.
conversation's
Yeah.
done.
Not for
Conversation-
you.
Conversation's
You
done.
don't resonate.
I'm not wasting my time.
Don't align.
I'm not wasting my
Mhm.
time.
Yep.
And then you go from there. That was like on the job training for me.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, that was on the job training.
Yes,
But
sir.
I sat there. I would have conversations with somebody on a presentation for over 2 hours.
You would run phone presentations for over 2
2
hours.
on one person. We having engaging conversations.
Mm.
We trying to figure out what package is good for them.
Boom.
I'm trying to
But you're
figure out.
closing. You're
I'm
closing.
closing.
You're
I'm
closing.
closing. And unlike most closers, right, where they're just trying to get that one call closed and they're good.
Mhm.
I'm trying, because I feel like it's my job. I'm trying to make sure the package that you picking is the best package for you.
Mm.
Yeah.
There's
right.
time when somebody wanted like the group deal or the team deal, and I talked them down to a single agent deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I'm like, look, you're not ready for that.
It's just you and your
Uh,
little. It's just you and your little brother. You know?
Well, no, you have three people.
Oh, man.
But what I'm hearing, those 3 people are not active enough.
Right. It
Yeah.
wouldn't make
So
sense
in
to have a group.
reality, you
Yeah.
can
It's just
do this.
you.
You do this solo one.
Yeah.
You can take those leads and divvy it out to them
Yeah.
until they get
easy.
strong enough, and then you can always upgrade.
Right.
Nice.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm saving you money.
Yep. Yep.
Now, other people will be like, "Oh no, man, you could have got that team deal." to me, it wasn't about that. It was about helping that one person.
Right.
And the same thing what we do here when I'm talking to brokers and everything, and we're trying to help them get the right pricing. Maybe the program that they originally thought may not be the good one for them.
Mm-hmm.
You want a HELOC, but then the second
yes.
is a better rate.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to give you a HELOC.
Right.
I want to do what's best for you. I'm going to give you the second.
Yeah, because it works. It fits.
Right.
Yeah.
It just makes sense.
That's it. Like that consultative approach and just really like identifying, what the consumers or what the clients' needs are. And, when you have that skill set, you can transition into any industry and excel. Like, and when you have the discipline to make those calls, and then plus when you're a closer, because that being a closer is a skill set. Like asking for the business and closing is not a normal attribute. It's something that maybe some people have, but most people have to learn and get comfortable with. And I think Harry, you're a good example of someone who has like those core strengths and characteristics that transpire across verticals, dude. Because like like you're always, ever since we were in the same office when Juan's team joined Erwin's team in the old office, bro, you always had the energy live. And it's just like, there's some individuals in office atmospheres that bring that life, and it's so crucial. And I remember when I first started with the lender, it was my buddy Robert and Alexander that I was sitting next to, and they were just like live, the energy, the good vibes, just like boom, let's make calls, like let's do this, let's get some deals, like just the good like little banter back and forth, and like it just it helps make the environment more enjoyable while you're working. And John and I, we would talk about culture in work environments, and like how it's similar to like the soil in the Amazon. When you have that rich culture, when you have that rich soil, the land is fertile, and you're prospering, and everyone's doing good. And I feel that way, especially in sales environments, when you have a number of individuals that are doing something very, very difficult for a very, very great reward for a long, long portion of the day. That could be very mundane if you're not learning to love it. And be just loud about it.
It's like having fun too, like doing the hard work, but also like having fun with it. Right? Having fun with it, like letting loose, not taking things too seriously. Like let's say, for instance, somebody like cusses you out, for example, maybe you lost a
which
deal.
never happens. I think, like,
really,
you know what I mean? Like, Harry's like,
he's like, well, I have a story.
Okay, let's hear it. Okay, I want to. I love it. Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
So here's where we get into mindset. Okay, here's where we get into mindset.
I love it.
The one thing that I learned from my previous jobs, I was a preschool director.
A what?
Preschool director.
What?
I was a preschool teacher.
Bro, dude, that's so rad.
I have a bachelor's. I have a bachelor's degree in early childhood education.
Oh yeah.
And I was kind of a preschool director. had to be there at 5 a.m.
Wow.
Right? Mindset. It's mindset.
Preschool.
I get up in the morning. Work out at 4:00 in the morning. I'd be there at 5. Yeah. Don't leave until 6:30.
Man,
dang.
A day. Don't leave till 6:30. You don't get home until when?
Oh, after I got off, I had to go pick up my daughter.
6:30.
So she's at her school, her Japanese immersion school, right? I go pick her up. That's out in Santa Ana. So I was going. I'd be driving all the way out to Santa Ana to come back to Aliso Viejo.
What?
Right?
Now it's what, like 8:00?
Yeah.
Is that 8:30?
You talk about 7:38.
You go home straight to bed.
No, I go home, eat, man. Right?
Go to bed, do
be
it
active with my daughter, and all that stuff.
Possible, yeah.
Read her 7 books. Go to bed.
How many kiddos you got?
I only got one.
Aw.
Only got one.
Man.
But the mindset, man, this is where I, my
Precious.
whole life, my mindset is always to be the best, and that
Yeah.
comes from my faith. I'm Buddhist, so my faith is like this. I'm in control of my happiness.
Yeah.
It's my happiness.
Yes.
Mm.
Yep.
If I let somebody cuss me out and I get upset, it's because I choose to. I'm choosing to give my happiness to somebody else. That's on me.
You know why we're smiling?
That's on me. That's on me.
Yeah.
That's on me. I
Right.
can't get upset at that person. I gave my power away.
I love it.
I refuse to give my power away.
This is great.
See, in Buddhism, you're supposed to be like Mount Fuji. No matter what's happening, wind, snow, anything. This is my happiness. Mount Fuji's always going to be Mount Fuji.
Because you control it.
I control it.
Yeah.
I'm always going to be. I choose happiness at all times. At all times. And if I'm upset, I gotta reflect why I'm upset. And then I gotta act on it. Right? Change that poison into medicine.
Boom. From poison to
to
medicine.
So my mindset is always, when I get up in the morning, I work out, I pray. My goals is to be the best AE I can when I get here. As soon as I open that door from my car door to walk into this building, it is game on.
Game on.
It's game on.
Yep. Game time.
And people laugh because I play WWE entrance music, but the one thing about those WWE superstars, when they come through those curtains, it's game on.
It's game on.
It's game on.
They're not fucking around.
They ain't playing around.
Yep.
They ain't playing around.
Yeah.
Usos, Bloodline. You know what I mean? Roman Reigns. I call my daughter when she's doing her ballroom dance. We hype each other up.
Yeah.
I tell her, you the OTC. You show them fools out there why they the twos and we the ones.
That's right.
At all times. At all times.
Nothing less.
At all times.
Yep,
When she gets her first place trophy, I'm in the back throwing my one
Let's
up.
go.
Throwing my one up.
Yeah.
And most people are like, oh, but you supposed to be the OTC. No, my daughter's the OTC.
Wow.
When she's out there performing, she's the OTC.
Yeah.
She the OTC.
She's the OTC. My job is to be the enforcer.
Let me ask you this, bro. Because for having the mindset you have now, right? It's really like not a lot of people have it. They don't have the mindset where they go from negative to positive, poison to positive, being the best in everything they do. Even for myself too, like when I was growing up, I had a fixed mindset, right? I thought that the world was against me. I thought that I couldn't be confident. I couldn't, learn new things and be the best version of myself until I got older and got into personal growth. I guess for you, like, did you always have that mindset growing up, or like did it develop over time? Like, what was that starting point?
How'd you get there? Yeah.
How'd you get there?
My dad noticed it when I first played flag football.
How old?
I was 6.
He was like
6
2 years old.
I was 6 years old.
Okay.
We got stomped. I mean, stomped.
And where'd you grow up? Where were you at?
We were in Pasadena.
Okay. So you grew up in SoCal.
Yeah.
Born and raised.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got stomped.
Yeah.
We got stomped. First game, got stomped. I hated that feeling. I was so mad. I was so bad. I was so bad. Everybody's like, let's go get pizza. Let's go
taste
pizza.
of defeat. And you were like, the hell with pizza. Take your damn pizza. I want the dub.
I was like, I looked at my dad. My dad said, you want to go get pizza? I said, no, I want to run pass patterns.
Boom.
I want to run pass patterns. I want you to tell me what I did wrong, what pass patterns I did wrong, and I want to run it until we get it right. I hate losing.
It's the mindset of a champion.
I hate losing.
That's the mindset of a champion.
That's what people don't understand. No disrespect to Kobe Bryant, but Kobe Bryant is around my age. That's the mindset of that era. There was no dispensation run. Everybody get an award.
Right.
You get first place, second place, and third. My mentality was, if I got third place, that means there was 2 people ahead of me that was better.
Yep.
I don't want this third place.
Yep.
Third place is last.
Yeah. Third is
in my
last.
ass. Third place,
last.
you can have it.
It's
like, you can have it.
I'm good.
I have to get my third place.
Third place, you get the kitchen knives. Okay. First place, you get the Lamborghini Countach. Second place, you get fired.
Third place. I used to get my third place medals to my sister.
Oh wow!
I told her you can hold on to
you
those.
can have it. Do what you
can
want
have,
with
you
it.
can have those.
Hold on to it. Trash
You can have
it.
those.
Play with it.
Wow.
If I get
Jewelry.
second place, that means there's one person ahead of me.
Yep.
That means I got to go back and work harder to catch up to that one person.
Man,
and that didn't happen that many times.
6. Okay, so
6
so
years old.
when you were 6, that's when your pops saw it. Like, what? Like, did you continue in that journey unwavered? And did you like add to the fire, or what did that look like? Like, how did growing up look like for you? Did you play like a lot of sports? Did you get into martial arts? Like,
No, I played football and track,
Mm.
and
all the way up into like high school or into college or
into college, all the way up to
Man.
college.
Right.
what
And
college you go to?
I went to Western Oregon State. I went to Clackamas for a while, and then went to Western Oregon State, and then then you know I got ankle injury.
Oof.
Mm.
What happened to the ankle?
It was just started swelling up. But that was based off of time. It was actually a benefit.
Yeah.
In Buddhism, we call it as a benefit because, so here's the funny thing. In high school, I ran the 100, 200, 110 high hurdles, right? The 200, 400, 300 hurdles, 800, right?
How high is that? 800 hurdles?
No, 800 meters. I ran the
Meters,
800
but
meters.
the high hurdles are like
Yeah, the 110 highs.
they're like
Whoa.
like a high hurdle is like,
Yeah,
like right at my
what?
sternum, bro.
What? Well,
And
I'm not
like
done.
it's
I'm
not
not done
just
yet.
one. It's
I'm
not
not
just
done.
one
Hey,
hurdle.
I'm not done.
It's
This
like
is-
there's 4
this is
hurdles.
seven. This is
There's
only
4
7
hurdles.
events. What? I did the 400, the mile relay, long jump, and triple. That's in one track meet.
In one meet, you basically did everything.
All the time.
So what in the world?
I was that one
bro?
cat. I was that one
You're
cat.
a freak, dude.
I was that one cat. My coach used to call a secret weapon.
Secret weapon. Right here.
And
right?
you
I was a
would
secret weapon.
kill it. And you
I would
like,
get first or second place every meet in all those events. All those events.
I mean, because if you didn't, your coach wouldn't let you. He'd
We
be
would
like,
win.
nah.
We
Your
would
coach would be
win.
like, nah, you can't.
We would win. We would win. But I was the cat. I was
Okay,
the cat where the buses came down, right? And the visiting team's getting off the bus. I'm standing there not to greet them. I'm mad because if you show up, now I gotta run 11 events.
Oh, so you're counting. You're seeing if
Damn.
everybody, all the competitors
I'm
showed
sitting
up.
there saying, if you show up,
I gotta.
now
play.
I gotta run 11 events.
And that's
And now,
literally like
and now
back to back.
I have to dominate.
That's like,
Now I have to dominate.
you
and now
finish.
mandatory.
You finish
Now I'm
one
pissed.
event, and then it's right to the next one.
Yeah, I
You
run the
finish that
100,
one.
jog
right to
over
the
to
next
the
one.
start of the 200, run that,
What?
and then
And-
come back, do the 110 highs,
Back
And
to
that's a
back.
couple hours nonstop.
and then come back, do the 300 hurdles, have a break.
How
I have a
often would
break.
you practice
I
to
practice.
build that like stamina?
Dude, this is how I took it. I worked out before school, went to school, then had track practice, right?
Work out before school, go to school. It's like
Go to school, then after school you have track practice, right? Go home, do homework, rest, get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, run again,
Wow.
right? When it was football season, I get up in the morning, we had weights in the backyard, I would do the weights. I would go out to the front of the house, run sprints in the front of the house before school.
What time was school, by the way?
School was
Like regular school
7:50,
time, right?
7:45.
7:45.
7:45. I come to school hyped, ready.
ready, like
Like,
adrenaline.
locked,
Bring
ready,
it on,
ready to
let's
go.
go.
Ready
While
to go.
everybody's still waking up, trying
Everybody's
to
still
wake
waking.
up.
I'm like, let's do this.
Oh
You're
man,
ready.
Let's do this.
Already warmed up.
Then during football season, you have weight training class, and then you have football. I would do football, right?
Yeah.
Then after football practice was done, I get home, do homework. My dad would come home from work. We run pass patterns in the front yard.
Man. What would okay, so like a lot of questions.
So in football,
A
check it out.
lot.
In football, I was a starting wide receiver, starting free safety, backup corner and backup quarterback. I played both sides of the ball.
Bro, did you ever like in your mind think or have prospects of like playing any sports or for like a profession or anything,
Yeah.
running track or like
Yeah,
going to the
when
Olympics?
I was 6,
or...
when they asked me, what do you want to be when you grow up? I said, I want to run in the Olympics and play in the NFL.
Man, bro.
And that's how we found out about the ankle thing.
Man.
Because I was invited to go try out for the Niners. You had to go pass a physical. When I was on the Olympic hopeful in college, sponsored by Nike. In high school, I was sponsored by Reebok.
Wow.
In high school, you were sponsored
by Reebok.
I
had a Reebok banner.
I didn't even know they sponsor high school students, dude.
Yeah, they did. Most of my fees for, you know how you had the fees for high school?
Yep.
My principal paid for my fees.
Damn.
Wow.
Before they were talking about building brands, I was already a brand,
bro,
in my high school.
And I could see that, bro.
Dang.
Like I could picture you in high school, bro. Not very different from who you are right now.
I just see you like a sprinting like
and that's
Dude,
good.
When I walked down the hallways,
Man.
I had 48 medals, 3 MVPs.
what?
And you would rock on
And I would rock it on my jacket. When you walk down, you just hear chinging.
Ding,
Ching,
ding,
ching,
ding.
ching, ching,
Oh, Harry's
ching.
coming.
Wow.
Dang, bro.
Dude, my nickname in high school was Darth Vader.
Because you be walking down, everybody just like boom.
People knew. I mean, in high school, my mindset was this. I didn't date anybody who went to the same school as me.
Nice.
Because my grandfather told me you don't shit where you eat.
Yep. Yep.
Good point. Makes
Right?
perfect sense.
If I date somebody in another high school,
Yeah.
if we break up, I don't
No
have
problem.
to see her.
That's
Bingo.
right.
It ain't affecting my schoolwork,
Yep.
my social,
Wisdom.
nothing.
Wisdom.
Nothing.
You free up bandwidth too.
Yeah.
So you don't have to go through it.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Free up band.
So my mindset was that. My dad taught me especially, you are in school for one purpose, to learn,
That's it.
hone your craft in track and football, and get a scholarship.
That's it.
Boom.
So
That's
you
the
can
only
get out.
reason. So
That's
you can
it.
get out.
That's
Yeah.
right. Simple
That's
as
it.
that.
Man.
Just locking in, working hard.
I didn't go to the school events like the proms and the winter formals. That had nothing to do with track and field or football.
Yep.
Wow.
Wow.
I went to CIF in track.
Bro, all the discipline. I gotta ask some questions. Like, was your dad in the military?
No,
What did your dad do for work?
he was a computer programmer.
Did you grow up with both your mom and dad, or just your dad?
I started out with my mom and my dad. They got divorced when I was 12, and it was my dad who raised us.
Out in Pasadena,
Mhm.
and it was you and your sister.
Me and my brother. Brother.
You and your older brother.
Mhm.
You and your older brother. How older?
He was about 3 years older than me.
What?
2.5, 3.
What is your older brother like? Is he similar to you?
Oh no, we're yin and yang.
Yin and yang.
He's calm.
Okay.
He's very calm.
Okay.
Oh no. You can't just take me and think of the total opposite.
That's like just.
It's so funny,
he's like
bro.
a quiet monk. He was like a quiet monk. He just sit there and he's so calm.
Interesting.
And you would never know what he's thinking. You would never hear him come in the room, and he'd just be there.
Did he play? Like, what does he do
was a
for
6th
work
degree
now?
black
Like,
belt.
oh dang!
Wow.
6th degree black belt.
Mm-hmm.
How many degrees are there for black belts?
I got out before I got my black belt.
Man.
I just needed enough
So
to
you
defend myself. That's all I was caring
practiced. So you practice martial arts. Like what art?
about. It was a Navy SEAL.
Mm-hmm.
My dad's friend, who's a Navy SEAL, started training us when I was in high school.
Wow.
Because one time, I'll tell you this, I was in San Gabriel High School.
Mm-hmm.
We played Heart High. We got our butts beat.
Yeah, I've heard of
We
Heart.
we got beat down 84 to nothing.
84.
84 to nothing.
Dang,
To this day, I'm
bro,
49.
You were heated, I bet,
49.
bro.
I'm 49 now. I still remember that game
Man.
like it was yesterday.
Right.
On the way home, or in the halftime, everybody was, man, oh, where are we gonna go to party after this? I was so
Just like
mad.
that pizza. Just like that
bro,
pizza.
I took my helmet off. The coach was about to talk. I punched a hole through the locker. I punched a hole through the locker. I looked at my coach. I shook my hand, and he said, "Don't you ever? You just destroyed." I looked at him. And I said, "I can't play with these guys.
I can't. Yeah.
Yep.
I can't play. I can't play with these guys.
Proximity.
I can't play with these guys. Not with this mindset. I can't play with these guys." On the way back home, do you know everybody sat in the front of the bus?
Yeah.
I was the only one in the back of the bus. Nobody talked to me.
Man.
Hence the word Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
When I got off that bus, do you know who was there to greet me? Nobody.
No one. Man.
They had to call my dad because I demanded for them to turn on the stadium lights. I was going to run patterns.
Wow.
While they were going out to party.
From being 6 years old, flag football.
High school.
No to the
Still
pizza.
here.
Let's run patterns. High school. No to the party. Let's run patterns.
Let's run
I
patterns.
was like, that's my boy.
That
my boy, I know.
commitment, that dedication,
Dude.
that champion mentality, and like you said or you mentioned that it was the Kobe era. But no, bro, I think you got to give yourself a little bit more credit, bro. It's not just an era that causes someone to have a championship mentality from the time that they're 6 years old all the way to like present time being an adult, right? And like it's like that mentality and that discipline and that focus. I mean, it just delivers a quality of life and that mindset of choosing your happiness. And it's crazy when you were saying that, John and I were laughing because literally on the car ride here today, John was helping me out because I was just having a rough morning, had a rough night, and just going through a rough patch altogether in life. But my energy was just down, and John walked me through a breathing exercise / like mini guided meditation while we were driving. And it was really pertaining and relating to just that, like choosing to have a low energy level and choosing to have a high energy level.
It's a choice.
Choosing to be happy, choosing to be sad. Like the other day, like we're driving and I similar situation, and I'm listening to probably like some depressing like mumble rap or something, bro. And like and John's like, bro, the reason why you're so damn sad and depressed is because you're listening to this shit, bro. Throw on some EDM, bro, or something.
Some hype shit.
Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, you're right, man.
Because words, music is powerful.
It's all
very
powerful, man.
Frequency is energy,
it's all powerful, dude. And like having that mindset, it's critical to choose.
I played saxophone.
No,
since I was 6 till I
another
was
musician. We got some musicians.
32.
So you could basically pick it up and play it if you had one.
Yeah, I have an alto sax and a soprano.
Oh, you have? Oh,
after college.
Harry is like a labyrinth.
After college, I started up with my partner Harold Kill, a record label called World Peace Records.
What?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I used to be in the studio 12 hours a day.
Bro.
I went to college for a little bit to learn how to do the soundboards and all that stuff and mixing and all that stuff. I was working on my own album. I was doing Following My Dream until I met my then wife.
Man.
We're now ex-wife now, but then I had to choose between that lifestyle and what she wanted. Yeah. And I turned over my record label to my partner.
Oh man.
Right?
Yeah.
So people would be like, "Oh, you sacrificed, da 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 da.
Yeah.
You gave up on your dream." Come around full circle. My daughter does ballroom dance, like I told you.
Yeah.
But she also is a natural singer.
No way.
Yeah.
How old is your daughter?
She's 13.
13.
She sings. She sings. She sings really good.
Oh man.
Really good. Really good. And so some of her concerts that she's done where she
So she's like act like she doesn't just
she
have
has
a gift.
she has
She's
a vocal
using it.
she has a vocal coach.
Wow. Wow.
She's done some shows where her vocal coach sets it up. They call it like showcases or whatever. She gets standing ovations. She's played with a live band. I videotaped it, sent it to my partner.
Yeah.
Who still has the record label.
Yeah.
He's like, she's got it.
Wow.
She gets on stage. Never taught her how to be on stage or anything.
But has
She
that
interacts.
presence.
She has the presence. She does
Like
everything
natural
right.
stage presence.
Yeah.
Right? And so, you know, you're talking about nowadays with everything going on in the industry and all this other stuff, you know, her mom's like, oh, we need to get her in a record label. I'm like, she doesn't need a record label.
Yeah. No.
Because
Not
you know
nowadays.
why? My partner told me, he's like, she don't need no record label.
Record labels take
You,
advantage.
They do.
you already have a record label.
Done.
My partner's been holding it down
Done.
in that company.
Man,
Wow.
still.
Right?
Wow.
Still going.
So as far as he's concerned, if I wanted to get back in the game, he'd just give me back
Open
my
door.
share.
Yeah.
Or in this
Wow.
case, when my daughter's ready,
She can
he give it to her.
Damn. Yeah.
Man.
Right?
Have all
Full
set up.
circle.
Yeah.
Full circle.
Yeah.
Full circle.
And
And it just
that's
sets
a good
doors
point,
open.
man. It's like it brings up something we often talk about is having those strategic partnerships, relationships, friendships, those bonds, and you never know, how things are going to pan out in the future, and in the moment you may make a sacrifice, and it's a good sacrifice, albeit, and without even expecting anything in return later on down in life.
Right.
You get that return, and that's just that's just a beautiful thing. I love that.
Well, and here's another thing too about people and their jobs and all that stuff. I learned from my dad. He told us always, whatever you do, you need to get paid to play.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, yeah.
If it feels like a job,
You got to
you're
get
forcing
paid.
yourself to go to work, you're in the wrong spot.
Yeah.
Yep.
You want to get paid for something that you would do for free.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Like pay to play.
Pay to play.
Pay to play. Like have fun.
Like I can't believe these fools are paying me for this.
Yeah.
I would've done this for free.
Yeah. Like
I would've done this for free.
exactly.
I would have done this for free.
Bingo. Yeah.
Right?
When you feel like that,
I enjoy what I do. So when you see me at work,
Yeah. We're having fun.
It's fun.
We're
it's fun.
vibing.
And the time goes by
And
fast.
time goes by quick. We look
Goes
at our
by
clock. We're
quick.
like, what? It's already
So
4
fast,
o'clock.
dude.
Man, okay.
And on top of that, for me, I'm helping people out.
Yeah.
That's right.
Helping people.
I'm having fun. I'm making
having
money.
fun, making money.
I'm doing what I gotta do.
That's a combo. That's a perfect
Right.
combo. Mhm.
So the mindset is the thing. Mindset
It
is the
is.
thing. Now there are days where I don't get what I want. Yes.
Of course. Yeah.
Am I sad about it?
Nope.
No.
No.
Because
No.
guess what? Tomorrow's a new day.
Well,
And is that the focus?
And there's a story.
Right.
There's a story. I'll tell you all a quick story. Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So there's a story in Buddhism about the Dragon Gate.
Mhm.
This is like a huge waterfall in China, right? And there's 3 stories,
Mhm.
right? And there's a carp. And the carp every day is trying to get up to the very top of this waterfall. Now there's different obstacles along the way. If it reaches the top, it turns into a dragon, right? All right. So it gets up to the first level. It's got to fight the fishermen, the hogs, the bears, all that stuff to try to get it, right?
All the predators.
All the predators.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If it misses all that,
That's one level.
it goes up
Boom,
to the next second level.
Mhm.
The water is very hard. So now it's
It's
got
gotta
to beat
survive
that.
the water.
It's got to survive the harsh water, just constantly beating it as
And
it's
not
trying to go up
falling
and not
down.
fall back
Yeah.
down.
Going
So
against
now-
the current.
Now it goes up there and it turns into a dragon, right? Now as a dragon, it's free. It's like, yeah, I did it.
I made it.
Right?
I'm a dragon.
So this is the moral of that story. You can turn into a dragon today, but when you go to bed and you wake up, guess where you at?
Still a fish.
You're still a carp at the
Still
bottom
carp.
because
Man.
that was yesterday,
Yeah.
and now you got to do it again today.
Yeah.
How many days in a row, back to
Can you
back to back to
rise?
back, can you turn into a
Up to
dragon?
be a dragon.
Right? And that's my
right.
goal.
I think I might know my next tattoo.
That's my goal. That's
Karp the Dragon. Gabe's tattoo.
that's the goal.
Oh,
Dang.
So
Good.
I can celebrate my victories today,
Mhm.
which is great.
Mhm.
But guess what? When I wake up tomorrow,
Start
I still
over.
got to go up that waterfall.
Yep. New day.
It's a new day.
Yep.
I can't hang on to what happened yesterday. So maybe the fisherman got me today. Guess what?
So
Tomorrow I'm at the bottom,
Mm-hmm.
and now I got another opportunity.
Fresh start.
Fresh start
Tomorrow.
And my mentality
That's
is
good.
I'm not the fisherman ain't getting me today.
Not today, fisherman.
That's good.
Not
That
today.
hit. I was soaking that story.
That's my
in.
favorite. That's me and my daughter's favorite.
Oh man.
As far as Buddhist stories, that's the favorite one
That's so good.
because it's a life lesson.
Yeah.
It is, dude.
I can get 5 brokers today and be happy.
But
Tomorrow's
So
zero.
tomorrow,
Start over.
start over.
Yep.
It's a new day.
That's good.
Karp to the dragon every day, bro.
Karp to the dragon
dragon
every day. And in that lesson,
I think I got
in that
enough room
lesson,
on
you're
this
never,
arm.
you're never full.
Mm.
Yeah. Stay hungry.
You always
Stay hungry.
Yeah, it's like if you're not growing,
Stay
you're dying.
hungry,
You gotta
stay
keep
humble.
going.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
In education, do you know that the rule is if you think you know it all, it's time for you to retire.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because education is always learning.
Always learn.
Always
Always
learning.
growing. That's
Yep.
what we talk
It's
about.
always
Always learning.
learning.
Always
Constant
growing.
improvement.
This
Non-stop.
job, you always have to learn
Always.
and ask questions.
Mhm.
Yep.
I learned something from a broker yesterday that I didn't
Yep.
know.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Yep.
Brokers be dropping knowledge when you're receptive and
Yeah.
you understand you don't know it all.
Yeah.
Humility, and it's like, everything you're saying, it reminds me, stay hungry, stay humble. Stay hungry,
Yeah.
stay humble. And
Mhm.
when you have that mentality, you're always moving forward, you're always growing, you're always progressing. And it's like that closed hand, that closed mouth can't be fed. And when we're not humble, it's like our hands are closed, our mouth is closed, our ears are closed. We can't receive. But there's so much knowledge and wisdom out there. And that's another reason, like, why we love doing this podcast and having guests out there, because everyone has had a different life experience that has taught them unique lessons
Oh yeah.
that others can learn from, in the mindset of overcoming obstacles and maintaining and sustaining that positive mental attitude that is critical to being a high achiever, a top producer, or even having peace and joy in life. That mindset is critical because everyone goes through crap.
Oh man.
Mhm.
It's part of life.
This is what I love.
We're all Karps. We're all Karps at the bottom of the waterfalls in the morning,
Look,
just
We're Karps.
fighting to be a dragon.
here's the difference. Here's the difference I found. In my faith, obstacles are a benefit.
Yep.
They're there to
Good.
help you grow.
Yeah, they're good.
I look forward to obstacles.
Mm.
I don't run from it. See, and another part of Buddhism is there's a saying: when obstacles arise, the wise will rejoice and the fools will run.
Mm.
When obstacles arise, the wise will
Will
rejoice and the fools will run.
Mm-hmm.
I love problems. I love obstacles.
You see what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Yep.
So
Let's get
even
it.
when my daughter comes to me and she's got some problems and she wants to run, I'm saying, so you choosing to be a fool today?
Oh,
Is that what we choose?
that was good.
Now every time I want to run, I'm gonna hear Harry say, so you won't be a fool today. That's
You
a
wanna be a fool
meme.
today? You wanna be a fool?
Please make that a meme.
I will.
Make that a meme for me.
You wanna be a fool
Gift.
today, buddy?
I need
You
to
wanna
give
be a
you
fool
one.
today? Is that what we choosing?
No,
man.
no, Harry, I'm not going to be a fool today.
Harry's like watching it. He's like, "You want to be a fool today, buddy?"
Is that what we
I'm not
choosing?
gonna be a fool,
Is that what we
man.
choosing?
No, I'm gonna be a
it's an
wise man.
obstacle.
I'm gonna be
It's
a
an
wise
obstacle.
man.
It's there to help
Oh
you
my
grow.
God, bro.
Yeah.
That's-
Embrace it.
It's like
Learn from it.
Gabe and I would always talk about as well. Like you want to embrace failure, embrace adversity, and if there's resistance, that means you have
progress.
to go through it.
Yeah.
Right? If you avoid resistance, you're actually running away
Regressing.
from the things that are gonna help you grow and be stronger. Right?
In Buddhism, if you have obstacles, it's a sign you're on the right path.
Ooh.
Oh, that's good.
If everything's easy,
then you ain't growing.
You're not
be
doing enough.
careful.
You ain't growing.
Yeah.
You ain't growing.
If you're if you have no obstacles in your life, you're too comfortable. You're not doing much in life. Right?
You're stagnant.
You're stagnant.
Well, we had the
You
simple
always
analogy.
you
always
always
wanna
want to
keep
climb the
going up.
mountain. You
Yes.
always want to climb the mountain.
Yes.
On the mountain.
If
yeah.
it's too easy, you down in the valley.
Well, bro,
Guess what happens when you're in the valley? You get fat.
exactly,
Yes.
and that's the analogy.
That's
So,
right.
John, we were talking about the same thing a few weeks ago, and it's like life is like us riding up a hill on a bike. And the moment we stop pedaling, we roll down that hill, and it's easy to roll backwards sometimes.
Yeah.
It's comfortable,
Feels good.
but at the end of the day, you're gonna crash at the bottom, and there's a bunch of rocks and spikes, and it's
Yep.
death. It's
You
death
die.
down there.
You grow, you die.
That's
You don't-
exactly
you don't
what
want
we're
that.
talking
You
about.
don't want that.
All right.
You don't want that.
It's
I
fire.
think it's time to conclude the podcast.
All
Dude,
right.
this has been
This is a
freaking
fire one. I think this is our
phenomenal.
longest epi.
longest one. Phenomenal.
This is.
podcast.
I knew this one was gonna be
I knew it was gonna be
dynamic,
great, bro.
explosive.
I woke
Hey,
up.
man.
I was
Some
like,
nuggets in this
I woke
one.
up hyped for this,
I
man.
feel the dragon.
Yes,
Rolling through.
bro.
We better breathe some fire in here.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right, guys. So it looks like it's
We
been.
talked about it.
Yeah, man. It's been what?
At least 45 minutes.
45 minutes to an hour
Yeah.
podcast. As always, bro. Like, dude, thanks so much for
Thank
you.
being on
Yes.
Harry.
No
It's
problem.
Good
that's
one.
incredible, bro. Like, we
Love
should-
it.
It's not gonna be the last one we're gonna have.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
gonna keep
Okay.
going.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, not the
Episode 34, but definitely not the last one. That's for
not,
sure.
not the last with Harry.
Oh, 100%.
We
Yeah,
would love
without a
to have
doubt.
you on another time.
Oh,
in the future,
anytime.
you know?
Anytime.
Without a
Because,
doubt.
dude, there's so much that we could talk about mindset, business, overcoming adversity, becoming the best version of yourself, and
The number one set is you got to believe in yourself.
believe in yourself, right?
If
Yeah.
you don't bet
Believe
on
in
yourself, who
yourself.
will?
Boom.
Yep.
Believe in
Who
yourself.
will?
Bet on
Who will?
yourself.
I can't even tell you guys how many times people thought, "Oh, he's a cocky MF."
Yeah. But
And
you
my
got-
dad told me there's a difference between being confident and being cocky.
Yes. Big
If I
difference.
know I can beat you, is that being cocky
It's confident.
or confident?
It's confidence
Because I put the work in.
from the
You-
competence.
You put because you put the work
Because I
in.
put the work in.
Yes.
When you were sleeping, I was exercising.
Working.
Right.
Mm.
You were in the trenches already.
Before you came into work, I had already been at work.
Yep.
That hairy mentality. that hairy mentality.
You trying to catch up to me?
Yeah. Already, I've been on the field. I've been on the field, running passes, running plays. I've been on the
Yeah.
field, and you're just showing up, putting
And
on
if
your
you're going to
shoes.
beat me, that means if I'm practicing. When we did 3 a days, I was doing 4 a days.
Yep. It's the
That means,
mindset.
that means to beat me, you have to do 5 a days.
That champion mindset.
Champion mindset,
Yeah.
man.
That's just how it is.
That's how it is.
How it
All
is,
right,
guys.
guys. Well, thanks for joining.
Yes.
If you want to get on this episode, if you have questions, ideas, collaborations, want to get a hold of us, check out the description below. Check out our bio. Tap in. Thanks for joining us
And-
on this journey on
and
the
real
Hustle
quick,
Podcast.
For Harry, if somebody wants to reach out to like a broker or an LO,
Oh,
like,
yes.
how can they find you?
Oh, you can email me at htolliver@thelender.com. Okay? htolliver@thelender.com. Number one thing with me is I always got your back.
Mm, and that's a fact.
That's right.
And we could attest to that.
That's right.
Ooh,
That's right.
man.
That's right.
All right, too good. Okay,
All
we'll
right.
be here forever. We got to
All right,
end this,
Let's
sir.
go.